My name is Michael Potts, and this is where I am today. I'm headed into Atlantic City, coming all the way from Toronto, headed towards the Bahamas. This is going to be a bit of a longer video. I'm going to show you guys the nitty-gritty details of what it takes and my strategy getting into one of these big ports. If you're into sailing, you're going to love this video. I'm going to show you guys what it's really like. Just strap a GoPro on my forehead and walk you through exactly what I'm dealing with out here. This is literally the night before disaster. In the next video, I actually almost sink the boat. You have to stay tuned for that video. But for now, let's get into it.
Alright, so we're 4.5 nautical miles off of Atlantic City, Las Vegas of New Jersey. Alright, so it's a bit of a weird kind of reef that's in front of the entrance to this port. And try and get around it. I got 47 minutes left, and I'm gonna rip the sails down, and we're gonna go into Atlantic City. I think I'm gonna anchor off the marina tonight, and then maybe stay at the marina tomorrow night. I'm assuming it's gonna be expensive because this is Atlantic City. This is like, you know, it's gotta be an expensive place. It's gotta be a place where the big yachts are, and, you know, it's casinos and the whole deal. So we were making some major progress. We're doing 6.5 knots, full sail, hiked right over at like 30 degrees right now. See Harrah's Casino in the distance there. Yeah, it's crazy. So let's just get into this place safely without running aground or anything going wrong, and we should be all right. We'll be in Atlantic City. Dolphins! They're right there. Look at that. Look at the dolphins! All right, guys, let's get these sails down. So, getting pretty close. I saw dolphins a minute ago. All right, so how do I get this Genoa in? It's very simple. This line right here is the furling line. So what I'm gonna do, there's a lot of tension on that sail right now. So what I'm gonna do, see that? I'll let off some of the tension here. Oh, that's making it nice. You can hear it starting to luff. All right, I'm gonna go into the wind a bit. And that is done. Make sure she's tied off. All right, so we're still under mainsail power right now. So I don't like to start the engine too much when she's leaned over like that, just because sometimes you can get air in the system. Okay. Riding the hooks, pilot. All right, so we lost all our momentum. It's gonna quickly tidy up this Genoa line, and we're gonna start the engine. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's put it in gear. Let her rev down a little bit, let the prop catch, give it a bit of throttle. All right, so Okay, I was just turning off the small engine switch on the Balmar alternator controller, and she'll rev up. There we go. Something's weird here. All right, now we're getting there. Okay, we're increasing speed now. I'm gonna leave the mainsail up till the very end here, just because put it on autopilot for a second here. Let's just take a look at what we're dealing with here. All right, so there are some shallow, look, there's dolphins right there. Dolphins. Wow. Okay, so that's good luck when the dolphins come around you. Geez, I should shut that hatch. I'm gonna do that real quick here. I gotta be careful, there's some shallowness here. We shouldn't be this close to the beach, but we are. Nothing I can do about it right now. All right, so we gotta get past that pier right there and into the city. These lines are flailing around. I'm gonna get these tightened up. That's the next mission. All right, let's go in and have a look at the chart again and see where we are. All right, so we're good. We got a pretty shallow spot coming up on our port side in roughly 700 feet. Take it off autopilot. Let's tighten up these lines here. Lines are nice and tight. All right, so I just gotta watch my depth past this little point here. Right on my port side, there's a bit of a shallow spot, and I gotta kind of thread the needle and get through, and then we're home free. So I'm gonna zoom in as far as I can and try and stay on that spot. What are we doing here? Almost 6 knots, that's good. We can throttle down a little bit. Don't need to beat up the engine. All right. So we got this big bank coming up on our port side here. Let's kind of get through. So it says we're 1.37 nautical miles away from the pier. "20 feet of water, we're good." I can actually see on the surface where that shallow bit is, where the waves increase a little bit. So I'm actually gonna go, it says 4'9", so I mean I could run aground right there. I can actually see where it is. All right, so I'm gonna take the risk a little bit, go a little closer into the beach. We've got 19 feet of water, we're good. All right, open this up so we can see here. "19 feet, we're good. As soon as we can get past this little shallow spot here, we should be all right. We usually wouldn't be going in this far. this close to the beach, right? If this engine failed, I'd be on that beach in a second here. Right, I do have the sails to power me through the water, but you never know, right? Let's just get around this little weird point here. Almost there. $16,600. All right, I can see the beach pretty well from here. $15,500. Just gotta get around this little point here. So right there's 4'9" right here. We're just coming around it. We'll be all right. 16, 15,800. We're all right. All right, in a few moments here, I'm gonna go to my port side and we're gonna head for that's Harrah's Casino right there. We're gonna go right into, all right, I think we're past it now. So right here is 4'9". We would run aground if we were right there. The keel would touch, it would dig in and we would be like, whoa, all right. So let's just make sure we're past it. Yeah, we're past it, we're good. All right, so it should be about 14 feet of depth here, 13,900, so we're right. All right, let's start moving our way. 11,900, 11,700. I shouldn't be this close in, but I had to. The wind was coming from where we were going, so I cut it pretty short. I had no choice. 11,600. All right, so I'm gonna aim 11, 10, Jesus. All right, we don't want to get caught on this beach, right? 11,900. All right, I'm gonna give it a bit more throttle just to power through all this. All right, 13, we're going back up now. That's good. Okay. All right, so before I get into this port, I need to put this mainsail down. All right, 14,500. We're going back up now. We're coming out of the shallow area. So I'm gonna start thinking about that. All right. Stick her on autopilot for a minute and think about this. All right, the mission now is to get this mainsail down. I'm 0.84 nautical miles away from Atlantic City. The entrance is right there. Let's get this mainsail down. This is the reason I've left it up to the last minute here, is because so I have two forms of propulsion. Okay, the wind's coming onto the beach, so if I lost my ability to move through the water, I'd be washed up on the beach. At least I have the sail to help me move through the water, which is critical. All right, let's get the sail down now that we're so close to the entrance. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna put this GoPro on my head. You guys can check out how I do this. All right, so we're gonna confirm on the chart that we got lots of depth. 15,600, we're good. All right, let's turn into the wind. See my instruments here. I'm gonna wait till I see the wind is right on my nose. See that wind, that sail starting to flail now? Put the autopilot on. Good. All right, so this is the main halyard right here. This is the chalk block right here. Okay, I got my string so I can tie the sail up. The sail bag's inside. The sail cover. All right, so she's flailing. Let's bring her down a little bit and see what happens. All right. See, she starts to come down. There we go. There we go. Now, once I've taken the power out of the sail, I'm gonna go out and pull the rest of it down, but make sure you got that line loose. All right. Try to have one point of contact at all times so you don't fall overboard. All right, let's pull this guy down. look at that. All right. Power is now out of the sail. Problem is, in a lighter wind situation, I could have done this cleaner, but there's a way to fold the sail right. Keep it in good condition. You kind of just make an accordion out of it. That doesn't have to be too crazy. You just don't want it touching anything so it gets scuffed up, right? There we go. Pull it over again. Beautiful. All right, so that's the entrance right there. Let's get this sail tied up so it doesn't become a hazard or gets in our way or rips or something. All I'm gonna do is use my string that I got here. Now this is special string for reefing. This is reefing string. I think my dirty boat hands, eh? I was working on the engine yesterday. Absolutely covered in oil still, even though I washed them. All right. Well, I'm not gonna worry about the sail cover right now. Don't need to worry about that quite yet. All right. Now the big meat of the sail is right here. Take my rigging string, reefing string, tie it off. All right. All right, we're good. You gotta have autopilot, guys, if you're out here single-handedly. All right, so this halyard right here is gonna make noise all night and piss the neighbors off, and it'll piss me off while I'm sleeping. Oh, that's not good. All right, that's not good. It's kind of stuck in there. Alright, so I'll have to loosen that up in a bit here. What I'll do is just tighten the halyard a little bit and we should be alright. We'll deal with that later. Let's take a look up front. There's no lines dangling, anchors are secured, Genoa's secured. See that line's wrapping around there? That's not good, but we'll deal with that later. Alright. Okay. Now just so I can see, I'm gonna pull that thing down. All right, let's get into Atlantic City, guys. So, bring the boat around. See, now we can't move through the water as quick because we don't have the sail up. The sail is the ultimate power source. Okay, so that's the entrance there. All right. Okay, let's take a look. Lots of depth. I know you guys can't see it because of flickering, but I can't adjust the shutter angle on this GoPro. All right, so we just need to get up in here and move along that embankment there. Okay, what's going on here? All right, let's get the binoculars out, have a look. Always have your binoculars ready and confirm what you're looking at. All right. So, yeah, I can see the entrance. There's a breakwater right there. I don't see any bridge or anything. I mean, right there's a bridge, but pretty sure it goes like this. So let's take a look here. Actually, maybe we do have to go under that bridge. I don't think so. All right, so we just need to get, there's a buoy right there. Let's take a look at the color. That's a red marker. Always remember, guys, red right returning, okay? So that marker right there is telling us that we got to keep to the left, to the port of that marker, okay? Let's confirm again just to make damn sure. Oh yeah, she's a red marker. All right. So what we're gonna do, that's for really deeper boats. I mean, I can look on the chart and see the depth between that breakwater and that buoy. I'm probably just gonna, you know, go that way. We got a boat coming out here, like a big fishing boat or something. All right. So that bridge there looks like, doesn't look that tall. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a look and see and confirm. Always confirm, guys. You gotta confirm what's up. All right. I'm gonna go to Waterway Guide. You go into Waterway Guide. Go into Explorer. All right. Now we're gonna take a damn good look here. We got a minute or two, right? We're heading for that buoy. We're only doing a couple knots here because of the waves and the wind, and I'm only under engine power. Remember, your sails are gonna make you move through the water much quicker than just your engine in this sort of choppy conditions. All right. Let's find Atlantic City on the map. Alright, so this bridge right here, we don't actually need to go past this bridge. We could though. I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna take a look anyway. See, it says there's an anchoring point right there. I mean, I could go there. Let's take a look. Full listing. So, Atlantic City Inlet. Coast Guard does not permit anchoring in Clam Creek Basin. However, there is a substantial anchorage area south of the highway bridge. Take care to honor GRACC at the mouth of the Clam Creek Basin, blah, blah, blah. Expect challenging currents, 5-foot tidal range, calculating appropriate scope. It'll be half-mile dinghy ride, blah, blah, blah. All right, so let's take a look at that again. So, mile 65.1, okay. So we can't go past the bridge and anchor. All right, but what we can do, let's have a look here. Lots of marinas. All right, I'm willing to bet that that's pretty calm right there, and I don't see a reason why we can't drop our hook right there, right where it says. I'm not gonna go into a marina and pay $160 American just to go to bed, right? When I could drop my hook and go to bed. I don't need power. I got my own power. I'm good. Okay. While we're on this app, let's take a look at this bridge here. Just in case, right? Full listing. Always confirm your bridges. All right, clearance closed 60 feet. Vertical clearance closed 60 feet. And this mast is 53, so we'd actually be able to go under that bridge. And that's at high tide, I bet. But we're not going under that bridge. We're gonna go up here on the left, on the port side, and we're gonna do our business there. Let's get behind the helm. All right, so now we're in a channel. Take the autopilot off. Have a good look around, see if we see any other ships, any other traffic. People on jet skis, anything, fishing boats, whatever, people sailing, smaller vessels. Zoom in on a chart a little bit. We should have about 30 feet of water. We do. All right. So once I get into the anchorage area here, I'm gonna drop the hook and I'm gonna show you guys how I do that. All right. But I'm not gonna subject you to watch this 20-minute video of me going a nautical mile down where the bridge is, all right? I'll put it in time lapse. I'm gonna show you a little bit about my anchoring strategy, okay? We got a boat anchored there, so I know I can anchor here. I confirmed it on the waterway guide, all right? So, 12-9. Okay, so I've chosen this spot here. I know you can't see that because of the roll bars there, because this is the shutter angle. I can't adjust the shutter angle on a GoPro. All right, I'm gonna work on that in the future for these videos. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this camera on my head and I'm gonna show you my strategy for anchoring in a tidal situation. We're at an Atlantic City right now, okay? It's around 6:30 p.m. All right, so I got my little flag where I think it's a good spot. I know there's some underground pipeline here or something, so I got to worry about that. All right, so I'm gonna erase that, stop navigation. All right, we're probably gonna go right in here. All right, so that's not too far from here, right about where that seagull is actually. Okay, so I know the tide right now is going this way, so we're gonna turn into the tide and drop the hook. And I'm gonna give myself a little bit of space here. All right, so let's throttle down a bit. Yeah, right here is good. Okay, so we're out of the channel here, so I'm legally allowed to anchor here. The channel's right over behind us. 29 feet of water here, that's good. Because we're approaching high tide, right? The water's going into the inlet. All right, so we're gonna turn into, yeah, he's actually got a pretty good spot there. I can see why he anchored there. All right. I like to anchor at about 20 feet of water. We're at high tide right now, so the tide will drop 5 feet. So even if we anchored here, we know we're gonna be in 20 feet of water. Okay, so it's 5 to 1. So I gotta have, for every 10 feet down, I gotta have 10 feet forward, or 1 to 5. So if I was in 20 feet of water, it means I would have to have like almost 100 feet of chain. All right. So now in these tidal situations, I don't like to have too much chain out, so I'm only gonna put about 60 feet. I know my boat and how it works. 21 feet, this is a good little spot. I'm not gonna go too close to this guy here, because I wanna stay out of his way, right? All right, I'm making sure I'm out of the channel. Now, if he was to drift downwind, he'd hit me. So I'm just gonna go a bit to the port. That's good there. All right, we're facing into the wind here. I can hear music and all sorts of things. All right, it is a Vegas style place, right? Okay, so let's see here. We're down 1.17 knots, 1.14. Once I drop to about half a knot, I'm gonna go up front and we're gonna drop the hook. All right, nice. We're into the wind. We're going against the tide. Take it out of gear now, and the speed's gonna drop off considerably now. Watch this. Yeah, 0.8, 0.7, 0.6. I'm looking at my GPS speed, not my actual knot meter, because the tide's coming in, right? Okay, we're at 0 there. So we're gonna start drifting back. We're probably drifting back already. Let's go up front, put the hook down. All right. Open the anchor locker. All right. drop the hook. Make sure nothing's gonna get caught. Good. All right, so I'm gonna let my chain hit the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's it there. I can tell because I can see the rope floating. Now what we want to do is we want to let this anchor dig in a little bit, and then we're going to deploy our scope, okay? So she's gonna start catching, and look at that, starting to catch already. I can feel it. That's good. All right, she's catching there. So now we're coming around. Oh, she's holding good. Look at that. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the hook, okay? Got to dig that anchor into the mud on the bottom there a little bit, so you got good holding. I'm not going to go too crazy here. All I'm going to do, pop it in reverse and give it a good, I'll let the bow swing around. I don't know about that. Let's see. Oh no, she caught. She good. She's good. All right, now we're gonna deploy the scope. So we know we have 40 feet of chain out and 20 feet of rope out right now, so that's 60 feet. All right, so we're gonna deploy 40 feet right now, which will be 3 of these little markers that I put on there. So there's one marker. All right, every marker is 15 feet. Two markers. All right, that's it. All right. Now the boat will float back and catch again. What I want to do is make sure that's dug in nice and good. You want to reach under here and grab the rest of your anchor line. And for God's sakes, make sure it's tied off. Okay? Very simple, because if this slips, you're done for, and you're into that bridge, right? In the middle of the night. Tie your anchor off. Give it a good tight. There we go. Good, good, good. Now I have a second anchor here that I could use, but I'm not going to use it today, as the conditions don't call for it. But there is a bit of a tidal current here. See, she's catching now. All right, very last thing that I do, well, the second last thing that I do is I try to find a point on land. Like I'm looking at those logs that are coming out there, that whatever that little pier thing is, and I'm looking up at a building, and I'm gonna spend 30 seconds here just sitting here and seeing if I'm moving. And I know I'm not moving. I can tell. All right, so that's good. Sail cover's got to go on later. I got to deal with this situation. Oh man, that's not good. It's not good. Just whack at it with a tool or something, it'll come out. All right. Last, but very last thing that I do, guys, okay, is the sun's going down. Well, second last thing. Is you kick the anchor light on so you don't forget it. All right, we're fucked. Absolutely fucked. Boat's caught under a bridge. Mast caught up in there. We're fucked. So I got help coming right now. We're gonna see what happens. All right, we're in a situation, guys. So this morning I keel got wrapped, my anchor line got wrapped around the keel, and I drug anchor under the bridge here. The mast is caught up there, and the tide is going, it's slack tide right now. Tide's gonna turn around in a minute here, and it's gonna lower, and I'm gonna get out of here. But for now, I'm worried about this, the boat going into that. I got the Coast Guard here.